So welcome to the X Talks and to Cryptotalks. Well, we are really happy of another session in this week, episode 185. It's really amazing to see how the market, and I've checked the news, and let me say we have some good news this week. Uh, the world, how is it transforming? I'm just writing now an article with local Emirati magazine on something called wash trading. It's about the accusation on CZ, what they are accusing him as SEC, trying to play the market on certain cryptocurrency. Uh, we're this unfold as we speak. We're waiting for more news information, but again, it's exciting. We've seen X news of Twitter. We've seen a lot of things as we move. Tay will dive through. Let's say hi to Tay and check how was this week. And Tay, welcome to our Crypto Talks.
Good afternoon, Rudy. Good afternoon, everyone, all our viewers, wherever you are watching from around the world. Tahiyyati, everyone. Week 30 is a important week as any other week in crypto news and regulation. There is an update as well tonight on increasing interest rates by the FOMC. Uh, we saw Bitcoin dropped below $30,000. We have some interesting news to share as well for this week.
Indeed. It's very exciting to see how the market is actually folding and some projects and some innovation in terms of food business, which we will be discovering in a few minutes. So let's start our weekly news. As usual, we're very proud to always talk about this in fraud and what's happening in the world of fraud. So, in case you fell a victim of fraud, always do try to communicate with us and try to, tell us if there's anything on your side, if you've been um, involved in any fraud on your account, because this topic is very dear. I would like to share some experiences. I promised I will try to prepare some material for next time to showcase some examples of new fraud that is happening in the world of digital coins and crypto. And now we're going also into the world of central bank digital coins, CBDCs. So this whole world is really fast. So help uh, how can we help the world into diving into a better and safe environment in dealing in cryptocurrencies or digital currencies or even general trading, because it's not just about the cryptocurrencies. We have the DeFi projects, we have NFTs, we have so many things that's all based on the blockchain and then how it goes. So it's very important to get you updated on the latest and then get yourself updated on the information so that you don't fall a victim. So this is one of the crucial points that we have in our talk show. So as usual, we have our sponsors, our partners, and a lot of events from the global community in Dubai and the region, from our global blockchain congress that's happening in London, our digital transformation summit that's happening in Dubai, and Metagate that has been moved to Saudi Arabia region from Turkey. So I think this is some exciting news. And also, we'd like to always welcome our new partners, Metagate, again, Tech Summit, and the Blockchain Expo that's happening in 20 to 21 September in Dubai. Future, I think it is in, trying to remember the place. Uh, I got it off my hand. Anyway, we'll figure out once we move closer. So, with this small round, I'll hand it to Tay to take it over from there. And yeah, welcome, Tay, again to our platform.
Thank you, Rudy, one more time. Good afternoon, everyone who's watching Crypto Talks. This is week 30, 2023. It's a week after the major announcement from the SEC where Ripple was ruled not a security, along with, I think, 40 or 45 coins that saw some major uptick in pricing. We saw a lot of green candles last week. The momentum did not keep up, unfortunately. As expected, prices retraced down below the $30,000 levels. Bitcoin now is trading at 29,312. From a 7 days difference, it's down 2%, but Ripple is down 12%. Other major coins that took a big hit. Ripple was majorly the coin that retraced to its, I would say, normal levels for now. So Ripple today is at 70 cents. BNB 238, Cardano still hovering on the 30 cents. And I mean, it was a nice rally for Litecoin. It reached $100 and now it traced back to $89, a 3% difference than last week. What was interesting, Rudy and our viewers for this week to know, Glassnode focused on whale movements in the Bitcoin space. The dominance of whales inflow to exchanges was significant. It accounted for 41% of the total inflow to exchanges. Out of this 41%, 82% of the whale inflows were for Binance only. Yani Binance took a large share in the market in the weekly inflows of coins to exchanges. And yeah, as you were mentioning before, the overall sentiment on Binance today has been shaken, unfortunately. And this is one of the reasons why we are seeing still a conservative Bitcoin at 29,312. In general, when we are talking about like the whale movements, we've seen whales with more than 100,000 Bitcoin, a balance increase of 6,600 Bitcoins. Whales with 10,000 Bitcoins to 100,000 Bitcoins, they have reduced their balance by almost 49,000 Bitcoins. And 1K whales to 10K whales, or whales who accumulate between 1K to 10K thousand Bitcoins, they have seen a balance increase of around 33.8 thousand BTC. Now, when we say whales, we are not just talking about individuals who are holding a large amount of coins, but we are as well looking at institutions, whether they are hedge funds, VCs, exchanges. Uh, those are as well considered whales. Centralized holdings like ETF products, GBTC, WBTC, corporate holdings like MicroStrategy, those are all considered whales. So for this week, the news that we picked up, and we start by one of the associated memes usually with McDonald's and Bitcoin. Anytime the Bitcoin prices go down, we tend to have a social media wave of McDonald's job openings for people working in crypto so that they can recover losses and earn a real job, as what non-coiners or no coiners always make. Like, it's not making fun, it's in the sphere of a meme or a joke. But this time, I think we can say jokes on you, because McDonald's and Sandbox are collaborating to launch McNuggets land in the Web3 space. Uh, Chicken McNuggets as a brand is 40 years old today. And in the memory of 40 years of McNuggets, they are doing this type of Web3 experience for McDonald's fans, and they want to bring this metaverse experience to their users. So there will be a loyalty program. There will be coupons to redeem gifts, redeem food coupons, McDonald's coupons, and as well, beyond this event, there has been around the world certain, let's say, interactions with crypto. So McDonald's, for example, in Lugano in Switzerland, is accepting Bitcoin USDT payments for their food services. As well, in 2021, McDonald's, they released 188 non-fungible tokens to celebrate their 31st anniversary. From McDonald's to the UK, and I think this is a very important step and a step in the right direction for the growth of cryptocurrencies in United Kingdom specifically. The decision to regulate cryptocurrencies under the gambling law has been rejected, and the Treasury had a response to this decision, where they said a system of gambling regulation in isolation would be unlikely to address the risk factors that come with cryptocurrencies, such as commingling of customer funds, and here they were pointing to FTX, or correct problems linked to insider trading and market manipulation. And here, both cases, I think there's a reference as well for OpenSea, when one of their high executives, he was doing some insider trading on the NFT listings that were happening there. And as well, the market manipulation that usually is prohibited and is punished for under traditional financial regulation. And here again, the more and more talks on wash trading among the big exchanges. So the recommendation to rely on gambling regulation would basically, according to the Treasury, represent a fundamental departure from the government's intent to approach such regulations as a global standard. So by putting them under the gambling regulation, it will not help the UK to position itself as a crypto hub, which the new prime minister has been in the past, and is still pushing for the support to have UK as a crypto hub. And I believe this is why A16Z decided to bring their huge venture business and their venture capital and their crypto school as well to the United Kingdom. So the competition now between UK, Europe, and UAE specifically is big. Looking at the history of UK and financial innovations and the history of money and finance, I believe UK has a very important role in shaping the future of cryptocurrencies, specifically as well stable coins. Why stable coins? Stable coins today, they are the hub of crypto regulatory talks, whether it's bills in the United States or proposals submitted in the UK, even by the crypto community. Both of them, they are going into one direction. First, regulate stable coins, and then we can pass on the regulatory bill on other cryptos. This is being seen majorly in the United States, and I wanted today to talk a little bit on how bills or legislative powers are granted in the United States, because lately we've been hearing the word a lot that the Congress is passing a bill, or 50 digital asset bills, they are being introduced to Congress. So what is this uh, bill? In the United States, the law begins as an idea, and this idea needs to be sponsored through a bill. So basically, a bill is like an assignment to a committee to study something. And in today's course, we're going to talk crypto. So if we hear about crypto bills being submitted by the governments, then there is an intention from one representative in the US government to assign a subject to a committee to study it. And once the committee studies this thing, in today's talks, it's crypto, then this bill is moved to voting. And if the votings they pass at the Congress, it's moved to the Senate. If the Senate they debated, and if it goes okay, then they bring it to the House and to the Senate to vote on it again, and then final approval is given to the government printing office, and this is when the president has 10 days to sign it or to veto the enrollment of this bill. So it's a long process. It's not an easy process, but since last year, there have been more than 50 digital asset bills that have been introduced to Congress, and each um, lawman or woman in the United States that work for the Senate or for the House or for the Congress, they are able to pass, they are able to um, ask for this bill. So today there are major four bills being discussed in the Congress. One is called the Responsible Financial Innovation Act. One is called the Digital Asset Market Structure Bill. There is the Digital Commodity Exchange Bill or Act, and there are a few other bills. What's important about them is one thing: they're trying to box cryptocurrencies in two different baskets. It's either a commodity or a security. And once we are able to put the regulatory framework that shapes this asset, this digital asset, whether it's a commodity or a security, then we're able to figure out who will govern the body of this asset. And lately, the Republican members, they're trying to push more and more that crypto goes under the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or CFTC. The good thing is CFTC, they are crypto friendly and they see crypto as commodities. So most of the Republican bills that are going in favor of crypto regulation, they wanted to regulate it as a commodity. While the other party, they're trying to either clarify the role of SEC and the role of the CFTCs in crypto regulation, uh, or simply they just don't want to see another FTX happening. In both cases, the regulatory framework is very important to identify the asset and then figure out which is the uh, ruling uh, appropriate ruling governing board. One of the important news last week that happened as well in the United States, and I think major media, even the crypto bros and sisters and the crypto Twitters, they didn't talk about it. There has been a new instant payment system launched in the United States. It's called FedNow, and FedNow was first talked about in March 2023, when the Federal Reserve made an important announcement that there is a real-time payment system finally to see the light this year in July 2023. And this week, FedNow went live in July 2023, and it will allow for instant payments for businesses and consumers. So, why it's important? Because you can settle any transaction in under 60 seconds without any interruptions. We're talking about bill payments, money transfers, and other consumer activities. It is a around the clock daily instant payment service 24/7 365. This 24/7 365 is always a Bitcoin thing that only Bitcoin can do that. Today, FedNow by the Federal Reserve, it's operated by the Fed, not by private banks. They're able to push for similar innovations as Bitcoin. Now, why as well is this important? Because FedNow is here to attract the low income people. Why? Low income people, they have high overdraft fees. So overdraft fees occur when a client does not have enough money in his account to cover a transaction. And this can be as high as $35 to $40 each time an account is overdrawn. So Americans in 2021, they paid $10.7 billion when it comes to overdraft fees. Lower income, imagine lower income households, they paid around 6.7 billion out of this 10.7 billion. So today, FedNow can be used by bankless people, and you don't need to have a bank account or a credit card. And in the recent crisis with Silicon Valley Bank and the whole saga that happened later, I think now is the perfect time for them to launch FedNow. So it's expected to change the banking sector by offering instant digital payments to consumers, and it's making change in how people use electronic money. So is this a new idea? No, because today there's the RTP network, which processes real-time payments in the United States. But in both systems, whether it's the FedNow or the RTP network, there will be an approximately 4.5 cents per transaction to pay as fees. Uh, the major difference here is in the governance, where RTP is operated by a consortium of large banks, while the FedNow is operated by the Federal Reserve Bank. So, is this the CBDC coming from FedNow? I don't think so. But this is what a parallel experiment could happen next to FedNow. I believe it's still early stages, but keep an eye on FedNow and on its developments, and mark my words on how this will transition into a CBDC in the future. Speaking about the future and the city of the future, Abu Dhabi grants a virtual asset brokerage approval to Rain. Rain.bh, one of the first regulated crypto platforms or crypto brokerage services in the GCC region, today has acquired as well a license from Abu Dhabi, and they're blessing to operate as a virtual asset brokerage and custody service provider. So this will offer institutional and retail clients the ability to buy, store, and sell virtual assets, and they will able to on ramp and off ramp to the UAE dirham smoothly. This was Rudy, the major events for this week, and we go back to you.
That the Yeah, so it's good that in the region we're having more MENA related uh, being fully licensed from ADGM and FCE, one of the highest licenses. Um, and noting that last week we had another exchange, a very known exchange, that the license was revoked from VARA. So this brings a bit of balance from the trust aspect. So it's very interesting to understand what's happening and then how it goes in this space. So thank you, Tay, for the updates of this week. If there's any questions as we move through, I'd like to ask more on the platform that was created by the US. You mentioned that it's made for the, let's say, the middle tier people or the lower end people. What about the rest of the community? Will they be tapping into it also, or it's just certain criteria? Are they preparing maybe for later on more controls towards CBDC, or still no news at this point of time?
I mean, this came really fresh. This came. I mean, I think we're one of the first people to talk about this, to be honest. But regardless, this is a. I think this is the gateway to CBDC adoption because um, it will encourage banks and other financial institutions to develop the necessary infrastructure and the expertise for a digital currency system. So when we have more consumers and more businesses that become accustomed to instant 24/7, 365 days payments through FedNow, they will begin to demand similar capabilities from other financial transactions, including digital currencies. So it might be still long and uncertain, uh, but FedNow today being released by the Federal Reserve, this is gonna revolutionize the payments landscape. And yeah, whether this is a stepping stone to CBDC or improvement to payment systems as they are, it will definitely have a huge impact on America's payment system and its interactions with the rest of the world.
Very interesting. Uh, there's a question coming in from Bob. Hey, thank you, Bob. It's really interesting. Great summary, guys. Join us on the beach for sunset.
Next
Tay,
time,
Tay, you're wearing long sleeve. We're wearing short sleeve. We're being barbecued as we speak. We
I'm
love
in
the
the
view, by the
Netherlands.
way, behind you.
I'm in the Netherlands in my backyard. It's, I think, 21 degrees today. It has been cold for quite some time, but still a bit chilly if you're sitting in the shades. And I will take Bob's invite for the beach on sunset.
Yeah, we're waiting for you to come. So I'm also in the same town as you. So we need to decide on the date. We have another one question for your neighbors, just
Mm,
opposite of the sea, which
yeah,
is I love UK decision. This is by John. Hi, John.
yeah,
Will that mean more push for crypto?
definitely. I think if crypto had a push this year, besides what happened with the SEC and Ripple, I believe this is the best push that cryptocurrencies could take. For one major reason, the regulator now is saying we want to learn from the FTX experience. We don't want to commingle, we don't want exchanges to commingle customer funds and company funds and trading funds and all the problems that happened with FTX. We don't want to see them back again. We don't want insider trading. We don't want wash trading. We want a healthy, proper crypto market. This is what the UK is standing for. With the Prime Minister having the vision of making UK a crypto hub with A16Z, one of the largest investment vehicles today in the crypto space, with a successful track record in launching good protocols and good projects. UK has now a boost of innovation and a boost of confidence in crypto that will attract talent, that will attract capital, and with the right set of regulation, we can see UK competing with Dubai on being a crypto innovative space. What the UK is lacking today, and which Dubai has, is the security. The uh, the wealth of crypto today is situated in Dubai, saturated in Dubai, because simply it's a safe city. But from a regulatory perspective, I think UK has a much more better regulatory vision and outlook and approach to cryptocurrencies than any other country around the world.
Yeah, that's a matter of time to see and validate what's going to happen next. Don't forget to join Tay. It's there, down there. Join Tay Telegram at Itisflus, ITSFLUUS. It's written this way, nothing else. Make
Yeah.
sure that you don't fall victim because we have variations, my name and his name. So do always check with us and do also follow the right names and the right websites, because sometimes they're even changing one letter, such as FLU. It could be an FIU, but a capital I, and then it takes you somewhere else. So do watch out on this. And with that, Tay, if you have any last words before you say thank you and enjoy your.
No, my last words is the gentle reminder that we have been sharing for the past quarter now. Litecoin halving happening in August. We're almost approaching August. We're less than 1 year away than the Bitcoin halving. Today is the hopefully last increase in interest rates. We're going 25 bips. We will be at 5.25 or 5.5 if I'm not mistaken. And there will be no more rise in interest rates until the next meeting in January 2024. So the next 6 months will be very crucial for crypto, with no interest rates rising on the horizon, with a Litecoin halving event happening in less than a month from now. Uh, let's see
I
what
have a
will.
date on the 2nd of August, and
Yeah,
I have another date, so I'm not too sure, but I think it's 2nd of August,
I believe
approximately
it's in the first true in the first
first week.
week of August. From now until the end of the year as well. I mean, the SEC and the Ripple thing is out of the way. Now we still have the Binance US and the SEC decision with Binance as well will affect the markets. In general, keep in mind whenever the dollar dominance rises up, crypto prices go down. This is what we have seen lately in the past week. Take a look always at the Bitcoin dominance in the whole market to figure out your next steps in the altcoin markets. Fundamentals have not changed. Just the market caps have shrunk a little bit. I believe we will go back to older levels and even higher, with more institutions adopting, with more governments regulating. Crypto confidence will be back sooner or later, and when it's there, you should be riding the wave.
Not your keys, not your coins.
Not your
So always,
coins, not your keys, not your coins, of course. Keep this like an earring here. And
because it's a very tough market right now. So
true, true. Still, people today are making mistakes. Gurus are making mistakes. Uh, Nobody is, a superhuman. You cannot know everything by yourself. Our advice always to ask when in doubt, when you doubt something, when your gut feeling is telling you this is not right, whether it's a payment, it's a transaction, it's an offer you got. always ask. We have this show open every Wednesday. You can drop us a message and ask us, hey, what do you think of 1234? But most importantly, please do not keep large amounts of money on exchanges. Have your own wallet, a non-custodial wallet. You don't know how to do it, reach out to us. We can help you with this free of charge. We don't charge money for this. And when you have a non-custodial wallet, make sure your seed phrases are backed up, even if it's on a piece of paper in a safe place. Just make sure you remember where it is. Always check on it. For the Dutch viewers, do not forget to move your money from Binance, because by mid-August, Binance will officially close all accounts in the Netherlands and you will lose all your money. So if you have assets still on Binance and you are from the Netherlands, you should move them to CoinMers. There is an agreement between CoinMers and Binance where CoinMers is taking over the Binance clients. 100,000 Binance clients in the Netherlands will move over to CoinMers. Hopefully, you are one of them. If not, please make sure to move your money before mid August. With this, Rudy, I will wish everyone a lovely evening and I'll see you next week.
Have a good one, Tay, and thank you. So here we go. Some updates, crazy information, a lot of things moving fast. So make sure that you are really surrounded and know exactly where things are going. So, okay, have a good one and see you next week.